All right. It feels like I just watched this game yesterday, or at least like whenever the Sixers game was, where we did the thing where we got the brakes beaten off of us for about 3 quarters, and then somehow we made it a close game, and then we proceeded to, in Wizards fashion, give it right back up. Who knew, who knew that we could just be so consistently sad, depressing even? Not me. Definitely not the Wizards fan who's seen us do this for years and years and years and years and years. Yeah, no. Because even if you look at the stats, it's just sad and depressing. It's so just... Okay, so looking at this game, it was Beal for like the whole game. That was pretty much it. Beal was the entire offense throughout the entire thing. The Celtics injury woes didn't matter. And I was like, okay, so the Celtics are missing who? And when I found out who they were missing, I was like, okay, they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. Because the Wizards of all teams are not a team that can take advantage of another team's mishaps or miscues or bad luck or disadvantage at all. They're not. We pretty much still got out-hustled. Daniel Tice friggin' can actually catch the ball after it bounces off the rim. And maybe that's just some frustration with this team coming out, where like I've seen just countless times throughout this game and other games, the ball bounces up and either Thomas Bryant or Robin Lopez and even Mo Wagner actually played today. Doesn't matter who our big man is, they just cannot secure the rebound, and it's so painful to see. Just basic hands. Why is it your hands are made of stone, sir? Or better yet, just straight butterfingers. It's crazy. Of course, I'm not putting all the blame on the bigs. Again, this team is just one of the other reasons that the Celtics injury woes doesn't matter beyond the Wizards being unable to take advantage of any kind of bad luck for another team is that they have 2-star wings. They got 2 hot wings in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, who got whatever they wanted against us. What else is new? The Wizards' defense remains porous, garbage, trash. There's not enough adjectives to talk about how Olay the defense of the Wizards is, and if you just move the ball once, or like the Boston announcers were saying, just drive. Just drive in the paint one time and the entire defense collapses. And this is something that I've noticed with Russell Westbrook. That guy, he's definitely hasn't been a very controversial figure in the Wizards ethos at the moment. On a switch, he will either quickly switch to someone else's band, or he'll sag out so far when he tries to close out, it's over. Now, this is not all on him, just like I said with the bigs, it's not all on them, but together they coalesce into sadness. They coalesce into terrible play. There was one point, I think in the third quarter, where Rui told TV to switch on Jaylen Brown, which put him so far out of the paint that he was forced to foul. I think it was Marcus Smart on the drive, because I thought apparently, supposedly, we had decided to just try harder on defense, because that's been working so well. So yeah, we got toasted by Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and they've been the stars of the Celtics for that season so far. So it just didn't, I was just like, okay, front court missing, whatever, they'll be fine. They're gonna still toast us alive. Now, even though I was just roasting the bigs of this team for being unable to catch a ball, wow, I just keep thinking about that, like, wow, they really have a hard time securing even a normal rebound. Now, yes, Taco Fall was playing, and that man is basically a human tower, a human Jenga tower with inflatable tube arms, but still, we try to go in the paint, block, shoot, clank, 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 clank. That whole game was just clanks after one after another. And then just somehow we just stopped just enough to make the game. We made it a 4-point game at one point, and like everyone's like, oh, is there hope? Are we allowed to have hope? No, you're not. Sorry, dude. So yeah, I just don't know what to say in terms of the Wizards. Scott Brooks' coaching is trash. It's terrible. It's bad. It's abysmal. It's awful. It's horrendous. It's a free migraine. And our defense is bad. We play lifeless until like the fourth quarter, and then we let the team that we just came back on, all they do is they don't even really have to adjust, because immediately Coach Brooks will adjust, because Coach Brooks was actually forced to do something reasonable, and that was play a space lineup around Russell Westbrook for like one of the first times ever, which basically means we're never going to see that again. Essentially what was happening was, at one point when the Celtics were just spanking us back and forth down the court, because they have two-way players. They have actual two-way players. We don't. Anyway, they were just beating the brakes off us, and well, they got up around like a 30-point lead, and well, Scott Brooks was like, oh, darn, I guess I'm gonna have to play Matthews and Brooks, because he did play Bonga too. The MIA crew came out. They got to play. Bonga only played like 2-3 minutes of the first quarter, and then he was just gone for the rest of the game. Jerome Robinson didn't play at all. So again, this just furthers the same question I keep having when it comes to Brooks' rotations. What is the criteria? Because Robinson had bad games and then would keep playing, and then Bonga would have a good game and then be gone for 4 games, and Lopez was doing like just getting eaten alive, and we just wouldn't play Mo Wagner. We just put Brian out there to get eaten alive, and Troy Brown Jr. is just still gone. Troy Brown Jr. we accepted. I forgot about this, but we accepted his 4th-year option, and then we just haven't played him. Anyway, so we put Garrison Matthews and Mo in the game, and because they care and they try and they have effort, even if they're not that great at defense all the time, it actually helped us come back. And, we slowly but surely chipped away the lead, and then suddenly in the fourth quarter, everyone is like, yo, how did we get to this point? And then we were also laughing about the fact that Brooks we don't know what's going to happen next. They're going to get DMPs next game, despite being part of the reason. And on top of that, in the fourth, he put Russell back in. And like I said, Russell's been controversial, throughout his entire career. But you don't want to have a player, when he gets the ball, you just go, no, just stop. No, don't. Please don't do. Oh, he did it. That's what it feels like watching Russell Westbrook play right now. And I keep trying to harp on the whole, it's early. It's been like 9 games. But eventually 9 games, if it turns into 18, and then 18 turns into like 39, and then 39 is 55, and we're still at this point where we're just up and down, where he goes and he's aggressive driving to the rim and gets an assist and then fouls on the next play because Robin Lopez can't catch a pass. It's going to be really hard to even try to justify the Wall Westbrook trade. And it's not helping that, Wall has done amazing so far in the Rockets. Hasn't helped at all. So it's stuff like this. Playing like this is what fuels the idea that Beal could just leave and we'd be stuck in a rebuild with a broken point guard. Where have we been there before? I just can't remember a time when the Wizards were at that point in time. Have we had a broken point guard before? Oh well, it might come to me later. Yeah, anyway, we just got the brakes beaten off of us for 3 quarters, and then the Celtics were like, actually we're good enough to handle this. You guys aren't that good, so we'll put you away now. We'll put you out of your misery. Sorry, we tricked you into thinking you had any hope. All right, that was literally the game. So can't wait until next game when we again. This is what happens when you play against actually good teams that can handle you attempting to come back on them. I think, what is it? Who do we play next? We play the Heat. That's gonna be fun, you know? Can't wait to get torched. Oh, it's so funny. When you play the Heat, you get torched. Ha ha ha. You gotta laugh to keep from crying. Some WizWatch. Nothing new from the Wizards. It's the same old Wizards, dog. Well, this guy says we're going to Miami to play the Heat. Anybody got a hose? Because I'm gonna need to take a cold shower after that game. Probably I need to take one after this game. Just multiple. Sit there and think about why I'm a Wizards fan. Why did I choose this? Wizards make you a philosopher, you know.